Hello to all my friends out there. How you guys? I hope everyone is doing okay. Oh no. Oh, here it is. I decided to burn my awesome candles. These are like some kind of Chinese New Year candles, but they're scented. I thought I paid a little too much at $2.99, but they were kind of worth it. Okay, this video is store food. Some will be prepared, some won't survive without food and water. Not to be a doom and gloomer, but just saying, basically, you can't live without food and water. My water stockpile is not what it should be. I'm working on that. Okay, so I want to switch these in just 1 minute. So I bought one of these little jars of, I bought 4 of these jars of asparagus. And it's nice because now I have the jars. And then I just covered them with some shelf-stable milk that I bought at Dollar Tree. This is the old-fashioned way, you guys. We're going to go into that in a minute. So I'll put this butter in a little bit, maybe about a half a tablespoon. So over here, I want to make some hot wing chicken again. This is my new favorite way to make chicken. Owie, this is hot. Okay, so here's the chicken and the rice. So there's a little, I drained most of the oil. So I'm just going to put my chicken thighs. This should be really good. I'll just add a tiny bit of butter. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little drippings in there. I could just go from that, but butter tastes really kind of good. So I can make some hot wing sauce. Okay, I need 2 pounds of chicken wings. I'm just using chicken thighs. On the stockpile, I want to go with 10 pounds of chicken per month. 1/2 cup hot sauce, Frank's, but that's expensive. So I bought this one. I think I bought this at Ralph's. It's really good. I'm just going to eyeball about a 1/4 cup. And, a generous 1/4 cup. And then about a tablespoon of vinegar, but I'm using my rice wine vinegar. I've had this in about a tablespoon. I've had this in the refrigerator for a while. Okay, let's see, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. So I have that on my chicken, so I don't feel I need to add any more of that. So I just roasted the chicken at 400. I put garlic, salt, and pepper, you know, the kind I bought at Dollar Tree on it. And I had half olive oil and half butter. And then I just roasted it on 400. Oh, I'm going to give you guys this recipe on the back. I've been getting some awesome recipes. Also, I got some awesome decor ideas. Home decor ideas for Christmas. So I'm just gonna stir this hot wing sauce for a minute. If a little gets double chocolate chip peanut butter cookies. Take a look at this. I'm gonna be making these. Today I went to the gym and I managed to force myself to walk 45 minutes because I met this man and he had heart surgery and his doctor said, if you want to survive, you better walk. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty good advice for anybody, especially like me, almost 70 years old. You know, I don't know what the average lifespan of an older adult woman is, but, you know, that's pretty old. And so far, I've been pretty lucky. I don't know how long my luck can last. You never know. One day my dad died suddenly. Okay, so now I want to talk to you guys about this idea of some will survive. Matthew 25, 1 through 4. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went to hail forth to meet the bridegroom, and 5 of them were wise and 5 of them were foolish. Okay, so this is one of those parables, like if you're like me, you know, always why? Well, why couldn't the wise virgins generously share their light? Because the kingdom of heaven is within. And so now, when you think about it, there's 10 virgins, 5 were prepared, and 5 weren't. It's possible they didn't know when the bridegroom was coming. They were supposed to be ready. And maybe they thought, you know, they had time and they didn't. And so they were not prepared. So, okay, basically, if you're not prepared and some disaster comes, you cannot survive without food and water. The babies are happy. They're molting. I have feathers. I have black tea. That's the best one. Okay, so compare and contrast the wise virgins, the foolish virgins, and the preppers and the non-preppers. Okay, November 1838, so figure that was not so long ago, 200 years. The Mormons were driven out of Nauvoo, Missouri in the dead of winter. November 18th, 1838. November is cold. Women and children, no petty. They were driven out. My family went out later, but when they did leave, finally, they were forced out because they came to tar and feather my grandfather, my great-grandfather. Being the good Mormon he was, he said to the leader of the militia, they might, but you won't, because the sons were going to shoot him. And so they left, and so they, you know, had to make haste out of there. Okay, so it was a bad scene. They suffered all kinds of hardship. And so my grandmother was born in 1906, and her grandmother was born on the way across. So we had all the stories, and basically they were nothing but bad. But the one good, if you want to find like a silver lining, they were gone before the Civil War, which was 1861 to 1865, and the Mormons always had a year's supply. All of my life, I always had a year's supply, because it's not that it was drummed into my head so much, but almost, you know, most people I was raised with did. So when I divorced, I saw myself through the years suffer a lot less than a lot of other people did. So I went to beauty school when I was 16. I married my husband, and I did hair essentially almost every single day except for when I was going briefly to college. And so I had worked 10 years, and then I got a divorce about 32. So I had been working. So even if you don't have a good job, if you have a work history and something happens and you have food storage, I think that had a lot to do with it. And so now it's the present day. So, you know, I've showed you, and I said when I retire, I will try to tell the people how I do this. And it's not that easy. The present day, we have the possibility of some kind of war. some kind of evacuation or some kind of climate change. Okay, the Bible predicts conquest, war, famine, and death. Famine being the big one, intense heat, which would result in a drought, earthquakes, disease. We had the pandemic, famines. There will be famines, and maybe shortly. I don't know about America. Great storms. The thing is, we're storing food. If like the worst happens, like the Mormons were farmers. The Mormons had dairy farms, but we're storing food until we can grow more. And you can grow indoors. We'll talk about that. Lightning, thunder, and hailstorms, large hailstorms. So, you know, those are some of the possibilities, some of the bad possibilities. Okay, today I went to the gym. On the way to the gym, you know, and I'm always telling you guys this about curbside junk. And so I see this pile of junk, and it has a sign free. I go, okay, this is what you're always preaching. So I pulled over, and I'm really kind of glad I did, because I got a nice bag of Christmas. These are glass Christmas bulbs, and these are, I'm trying to prepare little by little. So I was thinking today, I was going through my junk jewelry, and I was thinking, if I had been doing the swap meet, and I have no business not doing the swap meet, I would have put every swinging thing there in my trunk, and it would have easily paid my way in. It would have easily paid my groceries this week. But I'm getting sloppy, and I'm losing my fear, but I'm going to go back to that. I mean, it's sitting by the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I went and I walked 45 minutes, and I posted a picture. And I must say, it's on my Instagram. It's not, it looks just like me. Sorry to say that. So it's a good incentive for me to keep it up, because I could barely stand it. So I walked 45 minutes. I stopped at Dollar Tree, and so what I'm doing is preparing for the holidays. And so they had some of the Christmas flowers out. So what I'm doing, here it is. What I'm doing is I am buying flowers little by little. So I bought these silver flowers. I bought 6 of them for $7.25, but I got these little bead things in the curbside junk. So that is pretty. We'll put this back here. I like to look at my own videos sometimes. Okay, so, that was awesome. And just to let you know, if you want to pick up a really messy hobby, pick up flower arrangements. It was such a mess with the glitter. So what I will do is, I have red predominantly, but this year I want to do emerald green. So I'll look for some green stuff. I'll look for some festive colors. Oh, and I posted on my Instagram some AI input for the holiday decor. Then I went to a grocery outlet, and they had something I was looking for, and it was, these were $2.99. That is really a good deal. So why I need walnuts is in case I have to eat oatmeal. And then yesterday I showed you I bought coffee creamer. And so for 1 cup, it's about 1 tablespoon hot water with 1 tablespoon coffee creamer. So in a pinch, you could use this. And if you had some sugar and some walnuts and some raisins, you know, you could survive. And then I wanted to mention, if you want to make hot wing chicken, they have the hot wing sauce. Frank's hot wing sauce is expensive, but this is $1.25, so you can have all the joys of hot wings and none of the expense. And then I have some black tea from Dollar Tree. I find this stuff to be good. It makes delicious, iced tea. Okay, so that's all I bought, but I'm trying to stockpile little by little. Okay, so that's what I bought at Grocery Outlet. Okay, I found out it's not hard to water bath can chili. You just, okay, what I do is I boil the bottles, the canning jars for 10 minutes, but you can also sterilize your lids if you want, not the ones with the seals, but you can sterilize them in the oven for 10 minutes. I think it's a very low temperature. So then you put your chili in your jars. You check for, you do need to check for bubbles. And then, so you remove the water must cover the jars by 1 inch. And then you heat from medium high and bring the water to a roaring boil for 20 minutes. Remove the jars and cool for 12 to 24 hours. So I will be, the next time I make chili, I will can everything but like 1 or 2 servings. Also, you can easily water bath can pickles, fruit, relishes, jams, butters, marmalades, and preserves. So one of the most expensive things we buy is fruit. So let me give you a shot of this. There was a bit of a controversy. I almost forgot to mention. Pope Francis said, worship is an act of love. All religions are paths to God. And he likened the example that languages are all different. Okay, I mentioned to you I was raised a Mormon, but I like being a Baptist because all that is required is a Bible. And so if someone, you know, they say in the end of times, certain people will stand before the nations and profess the faith. And we're going to see them choking on this. So if you have a Bible, you read your Bible. I try to stick to the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That way you don't get confused. And God is love. God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that who believes in him will never perish. That's about as easy as it gets. That's not exactly the same thing. Not criticizing him, but in the end of times, there's going to be some of its purposeful deception. In this case, I think the idea was to like broker some peace in the Middle East. I would say that was what it is. But still, you don't want to veer off from the something basic. And that's all I have to say on that. I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm just saying that is not exactly the same. He said a few things in the past that were a little bit suspect too. I don't think this is the end of times yet. All right, here's what we have. I won't be starving. I am going to be making some basic food. So what I do is I wait around until the food is on sale or I find it at a good price. Okay, now back to the indoor garden. Okay, here is my little indoor garden, and these big ones are soybeans, but if you can see, my little plants have sprouted. I have tomato plants and I have radishes in there. Those are some of the easiest indoor things to grow. And let's see, is there anything else I want to say to the people? I think one of the most dangerous things looming. I heard something I listen to all the prophecies. I listen to all the religions. I don't necessarily agree. People don't have to agree with me, but one thing I heard, and I do kind of agree, the Third World War will be an incremental war. That means it'll be here, then it'll be there, and then it'll be there. And they do kind of involve the whole entire world, so I thought that was pretty accurate. But the other thing that I think I see that's very, very dangerous is climate change, in particular floods. And then there's some disease. One disease that I heard might be coming is going to be carried by rats. Probably as people get very broke. That's why we don't want to go there. We want to be as thrifty. I did eat out today at McDonald's for $7. I bought a $5 meal, and by the time it was done, it was $7. I don't know what I did. But anyway, I found it to be good. I like to eat at McDonald's now and then. But by being very thrifty all the time, just like I mentioned to you when I was divorced, people will go, how did you do it? I'm showing you guys how I did it every single day of my life. And so anyway, the other thing is a possible epidemic that is kind of like a leprosy. So, and also the COVID might reemerge. They say out here, if you get anything that resembles COVID, go and get the medication right away, and it knocks it out in a couple days. And in this leprosy type disease, if you see any small sores, you want to take care of them right away. So today at the gym, I saw some small sores on this guy, but then on the front of his legs, it looked like he had been scratching. But still, fleas are incredibly gross too. You know, we have to watch out for that. So the main thing is you want to, you know, maintain your, I used to say to my son, don't disrupt the dust. You don't have to be that clean. You just can't be really, really filthy. Sometimes I am. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what happens when you get older, your standards decline. So, all right, you guys, I hope you're preparing. You know, this curbside thing was awesome. My Christmas tree is going to look nice with those bulbs. And so I'm going to be shopping at the thrift store to get stuff too. And I will show you what I get as I go along. So it's going to be green and gold, and then the other tree is going to be red and maybe white. And then I decided to get a bunch of small Christmas trees about this big, and my idea was to make my big Christmas trees like a flower arrangement. But I thought, how about trying to get one of those cones and making my flower arrangements like a Christmas tree? So that is what I'm working on, and it's a big fat mess, but that is okay, because when Christmas, I'm hoping to get everything ready this year by the 1st of December so I can enjoy it until April 15th. Okay, you guys, I will see you soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all. Bye.